The book of 2 Samuel in the Old Testament is a historical narrative focusing on the reign of David as king of Israel. It depicts his victories, his failures, and the consequences of his actions, as well as the promises God makes to his dynasty. The book begins with the news of Saul's death reaching David. Despite their troubled past, David mourns for Saul and his son Jonathan, highlighting his respect for Saul's anointed position and his deep friendship with Jonathan. David is then anointed king over the tribe of Judah and, after a 7-year civil war, over all Israel. David captures Jerusalem, making it his capital, and brings the Ark of the Covenant there, signaling the city's spiritual and political significance. He wants to build a temple for God, but God, through the prophet Nathan, tells him that it's not his role. Instead, God makes a covenant with David, Davidic covenant, promising that his lineage will always have a king on the throne. David's reign is marked by significant military victories over Israel's enemies, including the Philistines, Moabites, and Edomites. This success brings peace and prosperity to the kingdom. However, David's life is not without personal failures. The most notable of these is his adultery with Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah the Hittite, and the subsequent arranged death of Uriah. When confronted by Nathan the prophet, David repents, but the consequences of his sin result in family strife and national turmoil. The latter part of 2 Samuel describes the rebellions against David, notably by his sons Absalom and Adonijah. Absalom's rebellion results in a civil war, but he is eventually killed. Despite these challenges, David's reign is restored. David ends his reign with a song of praise to God and an incomplete census of Israel and Judah, the latter act showing a reliance on military power over divine protection, which brings a plague on Israel. The book of 2 Samuel ends with David making preparations for the construction of the temple, which his son Solomon will build. It leaves us with the image of a flawed but faithful king, demonstrating that God can work through imperfect people. David's reign, especially the Davidic covenant, also sets the stage for the coming of the Messiah, Jesus Christ, who is a descendant of David's lineage.